Clap your hands. That's one of my favorite songs with Bobby Chris right there. That's Whitney Houston, My Love Is Your Love. It is the Geno Show, Star 99.7. Congratulations once again to Amber Green, third grader at Charleston Progressive Academy, my academic all-star. All right, I got another major announcement around 5 o'clock, 5:30. In case you missed it earlier, I told you about Madea coming back to Charleston. That's right, Tyler Perry, Madea herself. Not Tyler Perry Presents, Madea. And Madea Goes to Work on March 20. That's a Thursday, actually, March 29th. So I got more details. All right, Flo and I mentioned earlier that apparently Chrissy, as her family calls her, she's gone back to Atlanta to the townhome that Whitney and Bobby Chris was staying at. Now, I said, Bridget, yesterday, I said I was going to lay this to rest because I read the letter. As a matter of fact, you know what? Before 5 o'clock, I'm going to read that letter again.
Mm-hmm. Please do.
For people who didn't hear the show yesterday, it was the last words to Whitney from Cissy Houston. Mm-hmm. It was in the funeral program. But it's amazing that the passion, it's like, I'll say Black America, because I think we as Black people feel a different attachment. I mean, Whitney had fans of all races. And New Edition, Bobby Brown had fans of all age. But, you know, we feel a certain ownership as African Americans. Right. And understandably so. Just like Asian Americans feel an ownership to Jeremy Lin, this kid that everybody's talking about like he's Jordan, which he ain't, but that's another conversation. And white evangelicals feel a certain ownership toward Tim Tebow. So, I mean, I get that. And I do. But it's really this huge divide, and people are really passionate.
Yes. About
this. And passion is good. But I got to confess, I got to be honest with you, and I said this before. What I find interesting, dubious, in a way, I don't want to use the word remarkable, but more people are not, especially women. Now, I'm basing this on a lot of the women I've had conversations with. And I won't say the majority, but if I had to say a percentage, maybe 30 to 40%. And Bridget, you witnessed this.
Oh, yes.
You witnessed conversations that I've even had off the air that I even play on the air, that more women are not empathetic to a mother.
Exactly. I'm shocked.
I am. I'm just being point blank about it. I could expect a man, even in a way, I would be surprised as a man because I'm a parent.
Right.
So I would think even a father, Whitney's dad, of course, he passed away, I think right around 2000, 2001. But I'm amazed that more women are more empathetic to a mother and a mother's pain.
Exactly. I'm like blown away. It's just amazing to me, the comments that I'm hearing.
Which is, now that was my main point, is that, listen, I feel for all those who are close to her. And there's a lot of people who's close to her.
Yes.
But I feel the most, even in a way a little bit, I won't say, well, no, I'll be honest, maybe even a little more than Chrissy, and as painful as it is to lose a parent, but for a mother to lose a daughter. I mean, that was my main thing. I mean, it is not natural, and I had this debate with somebody yesterday. It is not natural for parents to bury their child.
Right.
It's just, that is not the natural cycle of life.
Right.
It's just not.
The children are supposed to bury the parents.
So I got to be honest. I find it amazing. So I don't know what kind of spell that Bobby got on some of y'all. But all jokes aside, that's the part that I found remarkable. But I'm going to read this. I'm going to read the letter.
Please.
Not that it's going to change.
No, people are people.
People who are real firmly in one camp that just feel, Sissy was wrong and she should.
The thing about it is, I think everybody keeps talking about Cissy was wrong and Cissy should have thought about this and Cissy should have thought about that. That's the thing that's blowing my mind because
Cissy wasn't thinking about anything. She was just trying to cope and just asking God.
You know what Cissy wanted? Cissy could care less about Bobby Brown. Cissy wanted her baby girl. That's all she wants. She want Whitney back. She ain't thinking about all that other stuff.
I don't think Cissy wasn't concerned about anybody, really.
She wasn't. All Cissy wants is her daughter.
And I'm sure I'm sure there was probably some moments where Cissy would have just said, you know what, I could do without this funeral with CNN and BET, really, I would just want to if I could sit and just hold my child one last time.
Exactly.
By myself.
Right.
Without anybody. Anybody.
Exactly.
So that was the part I just found remarkable, that more women and parents, men too, but I would think that a mother could somehow empathize with seeing another mother in that kind of pain. Now, that's just my take.
And then the expectations, Geno, that they have put on a mother going through that.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The expectation for that mother to think about everybody else.
Right.
You know, to think about everybody else's needs and make sure
And feelings
everybody is sitting where they want to sit, and everybody.
just all the just all the talk,
all the stuff. Well, she should have did it this way. She should have did that. And I'm just baffled, because when you have to lay your baby, God forbid.
Yeah.
Really?
It's hard enough to bury a parent.
Exactly.
A child is, but that's just my take. So.
Yeah.
Because folks have been, still calling all week. And I said, I said when I read this letter that was going to be my last word. But,
but
some people didn't hear the letter that Cissy wrote. So I'm going to read that. I'm going to read
don't
that
be surprised
at the end
once
of the
you
show.
read it that some of them still don't get the memo.
Look,
They don't get it.
I ain't worried about that. Because tomorrow ain't promised to me, you, and nobody else. So let's take a look at traffic, AJ. How's that ride, man?
From the Max Traffic Center, Charleston